Hey everybody, welcome to the Course Building Secrets podcast. I am so thrilled to be here today. Hey, took a little bit of a break as we made a couple of shifts and changes within the business, and so I am so pleased to be back today recording this episode. So you're going to see some changes to our messaging, to how we're showing up and what we're providing as the year goes on. And so I'm super excited for you to learn about some of the things that are going on. All right, so I was talking to a colleague yesterday, and so I wanted to record this episode to just put this bug in your ear. That a lot of times, when people are trying to package their expertise or create an online program or an online course or whatever it is they're trying to do, there's a little bit of a challenge between having sort of the idea of what is it that I can put out there and what is it that people want to buy. And so I want to talk a little bit about that today because, like I said, I was talking to a colleague and she said, well, when people put out their information products or their online courses, it tends to just be a lot of videos. And so the challenge that's going on right now is nobody wants any more information, right? Nobody needs to watch any more videos. We're inundated with so much information, so much sort of just extra, right? That's actually not serving anyone right now, right? So there's a little bit of a shift that's happening. And so it's interesting. So she was talking about that and I said, well, yeah, of course, a video vault or a membership library is sort of where videos go to die, right? A lot of times people are, I'm going to add it to my offer, or it's going to be my offer. And I'm going to produce 95 videos and put them out in a video vault so people can consume them. And I'm going to make it look like Netflix. And so it looks like, all these videos are, going to be available to them on demand and it's going to be awesome. And the problem with that is that nobody wants to watch any more videos, right? Like everyone is over it. Or maybe they weren't even into it at the beginning. And so that's not actually what you're creating when you're creating an online program or you're moving your business online. You're not just like producing a bunch of videos and throwing them out there. It's not going to serve your people, and it's certainly not going to serve you, and it's not going to grow your business. So people are paying you for your ability to get them a transformation or a result, right? And so all you have to do is to create something that drives towards that result. And so instead of 95 videos, maybe you only need 4 or 5. And so it's not about the volume of stuff that you can put out there for that random thing that somebody may need, but it's like, what is the path, right? Like, what is the fastest path from the problem that somebody has to the result that you want to give them? What are the things that they need in order to travel from point A to point B? That's all you need. And so the way that you deliver that is as succinctly as possible, right? And so when I said, well, yeah, Video Vault is where all the videos go to die, she chuckled, but she's like, oh my gosh, you're right. That's why there's such a problem in this industry, is that people think that they can just go on their yacht and record a bunch of videos and put them into a membership site, and it's going to be this valuable thing for people. And it's not, because it just overwhelms them. They bounce, they don't stay. And they certainly aren't going and buying your other offers because you haven't solved the problem, helped them solve the problem that they currently have. They're not going to buy your next offer because you haven't gotten them there yet, right? Like you haven't taken them on a journey that allows them to get that result. So my challenge for you is, what do you have in your online program today? Is it a video vault with lots and lots of random videos that people can go and watch just in case they happen to have a need to watch something? Or is it an orchestrated journey where you're taking somebody on the fastest path to results from point A to point B? Like what does it look like? And that component of your online program or your online business should literally be as little sort of content as possible. And so I challenge you to look at what you have and identify like what's extra. If you put it into two columns, you have the need to have column, right? Like it's on the path. And then you could have things that are on the nice to have, right? Like here are some extras that would be really nice and enhance your experience, but they're not on the actual like core path. That's totally fine, right? You could have some value added things that you're giving to people. For example, for me, one of the things I know my people need to do is they need to create interactive PDFs. So people can fill out the PDFs in a workbook or a worksheet or whatever it is. That's a nice to have where I'm giving them kind of the steps of how to do that, right? Here's the tool and here's how you do that. That's a nice to have. It's not necessarily, on the core path. Could you launch a program without it? Yes, right? So it's not on the core path, but it is something that's nice for them to have. The way that I'm organizing how everything fits in there is in that sort of that cadence, right? Like, is it in the core path? Great, then it needs to be one of the core videos. Usually this is about maybe 10 to 12 videos max is on the core path. And then you could have some nice to have. Here's some enhancements, here's some guest speakers, here's some sort of extra things to elevate your thinking, to elevate your experience, to add additional value to help them along the journey. Either make it faster, make it, elevate it, challenge their thinking, those kinds of things. But it's not just like, I'm just going to dump 95 videos in and hopefully you'll go out and watch them, right? Because it's a waste of time. There's no reason, because 9 out of 10 times nobody will actually watch any of them. The other big mistake I see around this whole concept of like the video vault is where your courses go, or your course videos go to die, is putting all your marketing content into your membership area. What you've used to attract your people is not what's actually going to teach them or help them get to a result. And so don't just dump all of your stuff in because you've given it as a signature presentation, or you've gone live on Facebook, or you've produced some random piece of content that you've used to try and attract your person in. They've either already seen it or it's not the right place in their journey, right? Like they've already moved on. So when you're putting things together, really think about how you're organizing it and cut out as much of it as possible. It will really serve you as you're moving forward. So if you're thinking about doing a video vault or a video library, just make sure before you get started that you're providing your people the fastest path from point A to point B, and that you have that core path. Then, if you want to create some extra things that would enhance the experience, awesome. But don't kid yourself, because it doesn't matter if they're 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 4 hours in length. No one's going to watch them if they don't know how it fits within their core path. All right, there you go. That is your course building tip for the day.